वीडियो रिकॉर्डिंग की तो करनी पड़ती है ना। Hello everyone, this is Dr. Rajendra Maurya and today we are going to discuss about theme park. So in theme park, we have to decide theme before we are starting the process of parks, gardens, etc. designing. So here I would like to give the good example of like water park. Okay, or we can say just like the for Sundial Park and many other different types of parks. So you are looking this image on the slide. So here is the city, and in this hilly areas you can see this park is. In this, we are giving the emphasis of circular theme. So you are looking here the a big size circle, and inside different features of the gardens are also developed in the different small size circles. So in this one, the walkways, and also in the central part, we are putting the flowering trees, etc. And except that, on the periphery of the circles, we are developing the hedges and also the carpet beds also in the shape of circular form. So similar like this, we can develop the different kinds of parks based on the theme. So here in these hilly areas, uh, in the plain areas, we are developing the park in the circular form, and just down you are looking the parking space, and surrounding of this circular park you are looking the hut-like structures. So these are the restaurants. So visitors can enjoy in this circular park, as well as children and family members. They can also enjoy the breakfast, lunch, dinner, and refreshments in the restaurant. So definitions of theme park. A theme park is a place with attraction made up of rides such as roller coasters and water rides. So they usually contain a selection of different types of rides along with shops, restaurants, and other entertainment outlets. So we can say in water park is water rides, as well as on the plain areas also we can develop the roller coasters. So in this, visitors can enjoy the shopping, as well as the enjoy in the restaurants, and also the other entertainment outlets. So theme parks can be enjoyed by adults, teenagers, and children. So you are looking here the category of visitors. So we can say during the theme parks, when we developing the theme parks, so we can develop according to age groups. So for example, for adults, they like the different, and teenagers is different, and the small children is different. So accordingly, we have to focus on the prime requirement. What type age groups will enjoy this park? So we have to decide the theme accordingly, and we have to develop that. So industry's definition of a theme park. So in this industry's definition of theme park is according to the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions. So based on this IAAPA, a theme park is an amusement park that has themed attractions, be it food, costumes, entertainment, retail stores, and or rides. So you can see here this theme park we can develop. For example, maybe for that particular theme park, its attraction point is, or we can say that theme park is developed for food. So we can say in that park we can uh, install the different installments or restaurants. So in that main attraction point is the different kinds of dishes, different type foods. For example, Chinese, Italians, West Indians, Indian restaurants, and many other types. Costumes. So in this theme park of costumes, different type costumes. So different stalls we can develop in surrounding of this theme park. For example, Himachali, Gujarati, Rajasthani costumes, or maybe the Bengali, Punjabi, Haryanvi, or maybe South Indians, etc. Or in terms of the entertainment, like the uh, trains for children, ridings, or maybe like the hockey, footballs, tennis courts, etc. And retail stores. So in retail stores, different kinds of stores we can develop in the surrounding areas of that. So based on the retail stores, we can develop that theme park too, and for riding also. So types of theme parks. Theme parks can generally be classified into 7 theme types and related attributes as follows. Types of theme park. Adventure. So in this adventure theme park, attributes are excitement and action. So we can see the from the primary attraction in this. So children can excite and ready for actions, and also the sometimes up and down, or we can say the circular, zigzag, etc. So in this one is the frightening. So sometimes visitors, or we can say the children, can frighten in that theme parks also. Mysterious. So we can see the we can hide the some mysteries also in that theme park also. And thrill rides. So thrill rides most commonly you can see in the water parks. Then second one, futurism. So this one is the second type of theme park, futurism. So what is in this? Advances in society and technology. And second one is the discovery, exploration of science and technology. So we can say in this one, this type parks developed based on the science and technology. So here in this, here I would like to give the good example of Birla Auditorium that is situated near the Statue Circle in Civil Lines, and also the robotics, scientific. So in these theme parks, we can develop the various infrastructures based on the scientific themes. So particularly for school students, college students, university students. So this can be a learning point for that. So in this futurism, based on the science and technology. So this one is the not only for enjoyment but also the for learning point too. So science fictions. Then third type of theme parks are international. So flavors of the world, international villages, miniature replicas, scenic sports, and world expositions. So we can see the you have seen in these pictures, and central one is the Great Wall of China, and also we can develop the like hanging gardens of Babylon, and you know the pyramids of Egypt. So, or we can see the Statue of Liberty, etc. So we can say the international monuments we can develop in surroundings of. So here we can say the theme of this park is international. Then next one is the nature. So in this one we have to combine the natural things in this theme. So in this animals. So in most of gardens you have seen the zoo. So different species or different types of animals we keep in the zoo, like lion, tigers. So we can see tigers, Indian tigers, as well as the Australians, and also in animals we can see the other thing is the bird sanctuary. So in bird sanctuary also we can keep the different types of birds. उसका तो फोन आ जाएगा स्टूडेंट का. Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about ecotourism. What is ecotourism? It is a form of tourism involving visiting fragile, pristine, and relatively undisturbed natural areas, intended as a low impact and often small scale alternative to standard commercial mass tourism. So, ecotourism is totally related to natural gardens. Natural gardens less disturbed. We should care the ecology. We should maintain the ecological balance. All these things are totally related to ecotourism. So it means responsible travel to natural areas. Number one, conserving the environments. So we should try to conserve the environments. In environments, we should maintain the plants, no cutting, no disturbance, as well as the wild animals and other fauna and flora. We should conserve in the environment so we can make the proper balance in between the ecosystem. This is the main theme of this ecotourism. Next one is the improving the well-being of the local people. So if we have the beautiful gardens, public areas, and also if we have the proper vegetation, so that will purify the environment. Also due to transpiration, create the cooling effect. So that will improve the well-being of the local people and also fulfill the requirements of local people. So it is very beneficial for people. Its purpose may be to educate the traveler, to provide funds for ecological conservation, to directly benefit the economic development and political empowerment of local communities, or to foster respect for different cultures and or human rights. So this ecotourism educate the travelers to provide funds for ecological conservation. So I mean the in this type ecotourism places, if we charge the entry fees from the tourism, that is utilized for ecological conservation and also direct benefit the economic development and political empowerment of local communities and also different cultures and human rights. So ecotourism is very beneficial. Since the 1980s, ecotourism has been considered a critical endeavor by environmentalists so that future generations may experience destinations relatively to untouched by human interventions. So we can say ecotourism was started since 1980s and it has been considered a critical endeavor by environmentalists. So in ecotourism is, we can say, untouched human intervention, or we can say the minimal interventions Several university programs use this description as the working definition of ecotourism. So generally, ecotourism deals with interaction with biotic components of the natural environments. Generally, ecotourism deals with the interaction with biotic components of natural environments. Biotic interaction means interaction between plants and insects, interaction between plants and animals, interaction between plant and plants, and also interaction between plants and microbes. Plants and bacteria, plants and fungi, and plants and viruses, etc. So these are the strong interactions. We can say these some beneficial bacteria are useful for plants. So we can here I would like to give example of rhizobium and also the interaction between plants and animals, also important interaction. So animals get the fodder from the plants, or in reverse, animals give the manure to plants. So these are the interactions. Ecotourism focuses on socially responsible travel, personal growth, and environmental sustainability. So ecotourism is also enhance the environmental sustainability. Ecotourism typically involves travel to destinations where flora, fauna, and cultural heritage are the primary attractions. So here flora means any living being that belongs to kingdom plantae. Trees, shrubs, herbs, vines, climbers, all these are flora. Fauna, any living being that belongs to hello, Ali, आजकल में आने का आज का तो कह नहीं सकता मैं उससे बात करूंगा पेट तो कहलेगा ज्यादा कम ज्यादा होगा बस तो चलो मैं आ जाऊँ तीन में आ जाऊँ देखता हूँ मैं दोपहर बाद आऊँगा कॉल कर लूँगा So fauna, any living being that belongs to kingdom Animalia, like butterflies, honeybees, even the earthworm, other animals, etc. And cultural heritage. So local peoples have the some cultural activities, so that is cultural heritage. Ecotourism is intended to offer ecotourism is intended to offer tourists an insight into the impact of human beings on the environment and to foster a greater appreciation of our natural habitats. And to foster a greater appreciation of natural habitats. Responsible ecotourism. Programs include those that minimize the negative aspects of conventional tourism on the environment and enhance the cultural integrity of local people. So, responsible ecotourism programs include the minimize negative aspects of conventional tourism. So, any negative activity we should minimize in the ecotourisms on the environment and enhance the cultural integrity of local people. So we can say we should motivate local people to enhance the cultural integrity so that also attract the tourists other than the ecotourism or in addition to ecotourism. Therefore, in addition to evaluating environmental and cultural factors, an integral part of ecotourism is the promotion of. In addition to evaluating environmental and cultural factors, an integral part of ecotourism is the promotion of recycling. So we can say the any organic waste we can recycle and we can reuse. Or in case of the plastics, etc., we have to collect in the separate containers so that can also recycle. Okay. So in case of the organic, I mean the dead, dry leaves, shaded leaves, we can collect, we can decompose, and after composting, we can again apply to plants. So this is the recycle process. In case of the plastics, so we can say, however, in ecotourism, that area should be free from plastic use, plastic free area. Except that if any tourists use that, visitors use that, we have to collect separately and that should send back for recycling. Also the energy efficiency. So I mean the if we have the vegetations, so in hot summer under the trees we can enjoy the cool environment and we can reduce the energy consumption use like electricity, etc. Water conservation. So I mean the rainwater we can harvest and we can conserve so that we can utilize. So water harvesting is very important practice in terms of the water conservation and creation of economic opportunities for local communities. Creation of economic opportunities for local. So yes, various activities we can do to create the economic opportunities for local communities. So I mean the for in ecotourism for tourists, visitors, local people can prepare the local dishes, or we can say the customs, so they can sell. So that will create the economic opportunities for local people. For these reasons, ecotourism often appeals to advocate of environmental and social responsibility. Benefits of ecotourism. Builds environmental awareness. So we can say mostly people are not well aware about the environment, or unknowingly they pollute the environment. But by the creation of ecotourism, places, sports, we can aware the local peoples about the environments. So we can create the awareness so they can respect the environment, so we can protect our environment, so less pollution, environmental, water pollution, etc. Provides direct financial benefits for conservation. So in ecotourism, we have the some charges as a entry fee, so that provide the direct financial benefits for the conservation of that particular area of ecotourism. Provides financial benefits and empowerment for the local people. So no doubt ecotourism is provides the financial benefits too, and also the empowerment for local peoples, respect local culture. Because in addition to ecotourism, local culture is also a point of attraction. So we should respect the local culture. That is also very, very important. Supports human rights and democratic movements such as Supports human rights and democratic movements such as conservation of biological diversity and cultural diversity through ecosystem protection. So we should conserve the biological diversity. So biological means the plants and animals. So various type plants, various type of animals we should conserve in that. Even the microbes and cultural diversity. So I mean the in our society we have the different community people, they have diverse cultures. So we should conserve that through the ecosystem protection. Promotion of sustainable use of biodiversity by providing jobs to local populations. By providing jobs to local populations. So we should promote the sustainable use of biodiversity, either the animals, plants, microbes, etc. So we should use sustainable use. Never think to exploit that. Then sharing of all socio-economic benefits with local communities and indigenous peoples. So socio-economic benefits. So I mean the only we have to do activities with local communities that have sociological as economical benefits. So our society can get the economic benefits from that. Tourism to unspoiled natural resources, unspoiled natural resources with minimal impact on the environment being a primary concern. Then minimization of tourism's on environmental impact, affordability and lack of waste in the form of luxury. So we should afford, and also the lack of waste in the form of luxury, local culture, flora and fauna being the main attractions in ecotourism. So local culture, flora and fauna are these three things are the main attraction points in ecotourism. Local people who benefit from this form of tourism economically and often more than mass tourism. Natural resource management. Natural natural resource management can be utilized as a specialized tool for the development of ecotourism. Natural resource management can be utilized as a specialized tool for the development of ecotourism. There are several places throughout the world where a number of natural resources are abundant, but with human encroachment, but with human encroachment and habitats, these resources are depleting without the sustainable use of certain resources. They are destroyed and floral and faunal species are becoming extinct. Ecotourism programs can be introduced for the conservation of these resources. So I mean the ecotourism programs we should conduct or we should introduce with the local peoples so they can aware about the conservation of these resources. And this is very important to conserve the ecosystem. Several plans and proper management programs can be introduced so that these resources remain untouched. And there are many organizations, including non-profits and scientists working on this field. So we can say for management of ecosystems and for restoration of the ecosystem, to maintain the ecological balance, various or we can say the many organizations are working in this field, including the non-profit organizations as well as scientists also study on that. So they are also doing the research in this area. So natural resources of hill areas like Kurseong in West Bengal are plenty in number with various flora and fauna. So Kurseong in West Bengal is a good example of natural resources. So where abundant flora and fauna, but tourism for business purpose avoids the situation. So we can say the in the ecotourism, the moment of the people is too much, so that can create some problem. So in case of the tourism business is a little different. Researchers for Researchers from Jadavpur University are presently working in this area for the development of ecotourism to be used as a tool for natural resource management.